the 34th Sunday of Ordinary Time marks the end of every liturgical year. Most importantly, it is a solemnity of Christ the King. The feast is intended to proclaim resoundingly and effectively Christ's royalty over all nations. In today's first reading, the Lord, through the prophet Ezekiel, reassures us of his continuous care for us in every way possible. I'll look after my sheep. I'll rescue them from everywhere. I'll pasture my flock. For 9 different occasions in the reading, the Lord shows a personal interest in the wellness of his flock. And even the strong and the sleek he will destroy, only for him to be able to shepherd rightly. We see these promises fulfilled in Jesus Christ as the universal King who will eventually lay down his very life for the good of his flock. We receive many assurances and promises from religious leaders, civil leaders, parents, children, husbands, and wives. But most often, these promises are not kept, and we lose confidence in the relationship we have with these people. But the merciful, loving God never fails in His steadfast love for us. In our second reading from Corinthians, St. Paul acknowledges Jesus as a universal King, whose reign will wipe out every one of our challenges and difficulties, including our death situations, our biggest nightmare, our hopelessness, and our limitations. The life of a disciple is never a self-seeking life. Jesus Christ, it is a life that reflects total self-giving, especially to those who need us most. Just as the Gospel suggests, the celebration of Jesus Christ as King put every one of us at the crossroads of goats and sheep, war and peace, light and darkness, justice and corruption, secularization and conversion to Christ. We can choose the values of the kingdom: feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, giving drink to the thirsty, visiting the imprisoned, and welcoming strangers. Or we move away from these values and face the judgment of our actions and choices. We are invited to be part of the kingdom of Christ. It is a daily invitation. Today's celebration would be meaningless if we do not commit our hearts to Christ to reign in our lives. May the celebration of Christ the King renew us in the love of Christ.